Part 6 of the Man of Steel bundle. We're nearly there, people. We're nearly there. Welcome to PS2 Mini Games.
PS2 Mini Games.
Hello guys, welcome to PS2 Mini Games. Part 6 as specified in the opening of the Man of Steel bundle. Yes, I am now at the point where it's like, it's time to end this.
It's time to stop!
I'm obviously joking aside, once again I appreciate Man of Steel for selling me this bundle. Over 100 games acquired, vast majority I need. I made a few mistakes, but still, massive help to the collection, and I appreciate you immensely. But after the last 5 episodes, I am now starting to just slightly wane a bit. And I thought going for 100 games over a prolonged period would prove to be a lot easier. No. I kind of forgot the whole... basically, there's so much shovelware in this bundle, which I need. But when you got so much shovelware in the bundle and you don't know much about some of these games, it does make for the... how can I put this? It makes your mind die a little bit. You start to suffer. So today's episode is just purely S games because we've got 18 in front of me. For those who didn't know, S is the most common letter at the start of any collectors for PS2. There's more S games than there are any letter or number. So, as you can imagine, 18 S games is quite beneficial, and there's some glorious shovelware in here too, but there's also some good games, I've been told. Some of these I've played, some of these I haven't. The vast majority I haven't, so this should be quite interesting. A couple of them I've been looking for a while. Some of them actually were really hard to find. Essence why I don't own them. But yes, this should be quite interesting today.
Interesting.
For full transparency, this episode is being recorded the day before Leeds Game Market. So when this video comes out, I've already been to the Leeds Game Market, and I don't know if I'm going to do good or bad. Most likely I'm going to do quite well at Leeds because Game Markets always have things I need, and this time I'm taking a bit more money than usual. So optimism is pretty high right now here at PS2 Mini Games. Will I get any controllers? I do hope so. But some of the rare games, I should get them sooner rather than later because the prices are going up, and some of these prices are starting to scare the piss out of me. Also, but when this episode comes out, it's probably the episode before my surgery. So hopefully, if I know what I'm doing, I will have done a lot of pre-recorded episodes. So I won't miss any days, if you understand what I mean. Because after the surgery, my face is going to be a little blown up. And probably going to not be doing videos for a full week because my face has got to recover from the surgery. So if I know what I'm doing, and hopefully I do, I will have many episodes ready to go. But if not, Dave can tag in. It's the first time he's hearing this, by the way. He just shit bricks. Actually, that's a good question. I better check in on Dave. What are you doing right now, Dave?
Editing this video.
Good stuff, Dave. For those who did not see the short I released a couple of days ago, I have now committed to doing a Get on the Mic episode for the 2nd anniversary. For full clarification, this 2-year anniversary officially for the channel is the 9th of February, but the first episode didn't come out until like a week after that. I got the channel up sorted, and then I decided what to do. So that episode, if it comes out at the earliest, will be roughly after the 15th, maybe somewhere. It'll be in February. I can't guarantee when it's going to happen because I've got to film. I know which room I'm going to film it in, but I've got to move a few things around. Also, for full clarity, the background here is about to be... We're about to start changing things because my brother has generously offered to help build and do some designs. So this, hopefully, depending on when I release these episodes, will be the last time you'll see the old background. Because we're doing some design changes, and hopefully my brother can do what I can't do. Build flat shelves. We shall see. But in all seriousness, there might be the odd episode where I'm not in the games room. I might be in my old room. The background might be terrible, but We'll just have to go with it. Anyway, let's start on these S games because there's a lot of them. So we're going to do this in no particular order. They're all S games, just from the pile. Game number 1, SX Superstar. Made by Acclaim. Acclaim were reasonably good game makers in the 90s and the early 2000s before they went out of business. This looks like a stunt game, by the way. Release the superstar within. Don't just survive the XS experience. Live it. Jam-packed with ultra-realistic arcade racing action, SX Superstar takes you on a no-holds-barred, two-wheeled thrill ride. To live the dream, you gotta play the game. Oh, good. So this just sounds like basically your usual BMX like stunts racer game. I'm not opposed to that. Never played it. I shall probably try it to see if it's any good. But decent start to the bundle. This isn't shovelware. This actually seems like attempted at a good game. Game number 2, B SoCal Siberia. Made by Mick Roids. I don't know who Mick Roids are, but I think that might be the first time I've seen that logo. Or they don't make many games and I don't notice it before. Obviously Siberia in Russia, cold Russia. A journey of discovery and intrigue. Kate Walker, a young ambitious lawyer from New York, is handed what seems a fairly straightforward assignment. A quick stopover to handle the sale of an old automotive factory hidden in the Alpine Valleys. Good lord. Then straight back home to the US. Little did she imagine when embarking on this task that her wife? Little did she imagine when embarking on a task that her life would be turned upside down. On her expedition across Europe, travelling from Western Europe to the far reaches of Eastern Europe, she encounters a host of incredible characters and locations in her attempt to track down Hans. We're just going to stop right there. First of all, that's the first mention of Hans. Who the fuck is Hans? Okay, we'll get back into it. Hans, the genius inventor. Okay, that shut me up, didn't it? The final key to unlock the mystery of Siberia. Her voyage across land and time throws all she values into question. While the deal she sets out to sign turns into a pact with destiny. I really struggled there badly, I'm sorry. First of all, she's a young ambitious lawyer, so I have no time for any kind of lawyer. Some lawyers are friendly, but I apologise if you're a lawyer. I've got good lawyers, trust me. I'm not even joking, I've got very good lawyers. So, I don't know what kind of game this is. A gripping script that goes beyond your imagination, rich and intriguing characters, film like camera. So this sounds like a mystery game. Doesn't specify. I might have to Google this later on, but made in 2003. I will give this a try because I actually have no clue what kind of game it is. So at the moment, 2 games where I'm actually intrigued. Game number 3, Sky Surfer, made by Midas. This looks interesting, I must admit. You're a sky surfer and you want to be the best, so face the challenge and don't you ever forget the classic rule. Don't look down. Now, if you surf in the sky, surely you've got to look down at some point. That is it, by the way. That is literally all the text you get. Apparently it has superb graphics and cool soundtrack. Fuck, they're bold, aren't they? 4 different characters, 4 skyboards in 3 locations. We have found the first shovelware of today's episode, ladies and gentlemen. Sky Surfer. A game that I will probably not touch. But I needed it for collection, so thank you. Game number 4 and shovelware number 2. Shamu's Deep Sea Adventure. Now, for those of you who don't understand, Shamu was and probably still is a famous killer whale that was habitated in the SeaWorld Adventure Park in Orlando, Florida. I don't know how long killer whales live. Shamu might still be alive, but I gotta be honest, I'm probably gonna be dead because Shamu was alive 20 years ago. Once again, I don't know the average age of a killer whale, but I'm gonna take a guesstimate he's probably dead. But anyway.
Ken Peters, an experienced trainer, is swimming with a 5,000-pound female named Kasatka, an animal he's worked with for years. With no apparent warning, the killer whale grabs his feet and pulls him underwater for close to a minute. Then it brings him to the surface where the trainer pets the whale, tries to calm it, only to be yanked down again.
The ultimate underwater adventure. Battle the evil Kraken and Poseidon, the sea god. Okay. Thrash and smash your way to unlocking special powers. Bravely duel thousands of dangerous sea creatures, absolute thousands of them. Explore the amazing secrets of the lost city of Atlantis. So this actually is a game. I thought it was going to be some kind of like click and point crap, or they actually put effort into this. Okay, I am mildly intrigued, and it's made by Activision, so it must have been made relatively decently. I also thought Activision got big time with Call of Duty. I'm mildly impressed. Game number 5, and I don't know if this is actually shovelware or not. Space Race, but as you can see, it's a Looney Tunes game. What you also might notice, this isn't the original case. Do you know how I know that? Because the hologram says FIFA. So this is a different case, but the disc is in there with the manual, so I will change that case for obvious reasons. Yeah, that's weird. There must be a reason for that for Mr. Man of Steel to change the case completely, because you can't get rid of the hologram. So yeah, let's take a look at the back. First, especially look at the back. These graphics look awful. Speed is not your only weapon. Well, I hope we actually got weapons. Frantic racing action with up to 4 people. Oh, it's a racing game. Well, I suppose it is called Space Race, but with a Looney Tunes game, you can't really know. Hilarious Looney Tunes gags, falling pianos, smashing elephants, shaking earthquakes. Now, there is one humongous drawback with that. This is a race in space, is it not? Well, unless you're on a planet, there is no gravity in space. So I'm assuming they're actually on different planets. Yes. 4 modes, 9 characters. There is more than 9 Looney Tunes, so a bit tight-fisted. 14 tracks. Okay. Interestingly, it says game in English, but obviously once again Swedish and Finnish flags. So it's a game. Will I play it? Probably not. I'm probably going to pass on Space Race, but I did it, so thank you very much. Game number 6, Stuntman Ignition. To be honest, I'm kind of stunned it took me this long to get this. Stuntman's quite a common game, the original one. The second one I'm not quite sure about, but anyway, risk it all for every take. Take the wheel and steal the scene as you master the greatest stunt sequences ever filmed in the world's most dangerous, demanding and exciting job. So obviously, for those who don't know, you're a stuntman, obviously Ignition, that kind of stuff. Probably the best game we've collected so far in this S bundle. Probably the most well-known game in this S bundle. I will probably play that at some point, but I'm actually genuinely happy to have that in the collection. Thank you very much. Now, the next game probably is the most embarrassing game I didn't have in my collection. Now, for background, everyone knows what SingStar is. SingStar was an incredibly popular and successfully wealthy franchise that made PlayStation a shitload of money. And still probably does. And there were so many different forms of a SingStar, to the point where I thought I owned all of them, apart from Bollywood, which I had to buy at some point. And I think, no, did I buy Bollywood? I probably did buy Bollywood. Bear me a second. No, I don't own Bollywood. I need to get that one. But anyway, I am stunned that I did not own SingStar Pop. This is probably a very incredibly common game, and the fact that I assumed I owned it. The only thing I think I might have made a mistake is because there's Pop Style World. There's different forms of pop, but the fact that I didn't own this and it took a bundle to get it is kind of embarrassing. Once again, I've made mistakes in the past. For instance, for those who remember, it took me a long time to get the original Time Splitters, because I thought I owned all 3 of them. But not the original. I had it in Platinum, but not in the normal version. That took like a year for me to realise that. One of the Tekken games I didn't own for a long time. It took me a long time to realise I needed that, considering that's a very popular franchise. But this is probably the biggest mistake omission I've had in some time. But anyway, I now finally have it. Still need to get Bollywood. But, there is an Oi Toy game too. Well, shit.
Never mind that shit. Here comes
another commercial, guys. I'll see you on the other side for the rest of this bundle.
どこまで強くなるのか。 トファイター2ターボスーパーファミコンで新発売カプコン
And we have returned with Shrek. I've been told Shrek is life. You can back off of that assessment.
Shrek is love, I say. Shrek is life.
Oh, that bloody video. Dear God. Anyway, Shrek Smash and Crash Racing. What another game where really I should own it by now. It's been in many CXs, but once again, it's one of those, like, I think it's called the Mandela effect, where you think you know something or think you remember a quote, but it's completely wrong. What Mandela effect, basically, it applies to films. Like, many famous movie quotes you think you know, but it's not correct. The most famous one, obviously, is being the Star Wars quote, Luke, I am your father. He never says that. He says, no, I am your father. That kind of thing. And by the way, for anyone who says spoilers, that is a 50-year-old film. No. You've had time. There's other Mandela quotes in films, but that's probably the most famous one. I get that with games where it's like, I own that game. I ain't got bothered looking for that. It's like, no, I don't own it. So, once again, this bundle, if it's done anything, it's basically cleaned up the mistakes in my list through games I already own. Just once they've all been removed, so it makes them cleaner. Makes it so much easier in the future. Anyway, Shrek Smashing Crash Racing, I'm sure it's a good game, but it also feels like a cash-in. By the way, includes sneak peek of Shrek the Third, the video game. Shrek the Third is the worst Shrek film, and probably the worst Shrek video game. Moving on. Another game really I should own by now, but I do not. Sega Superstar Tennis. This is the last Sega game, and by that I mean a game that has Sega in the title. I cannot imagine how it's on to get this, but I do own it. It's tennis, so it can't be that good, but it's with Sega characters, so I might try it. Obviously, you got Space Channel 5 on the left there. Obviously, Super Muggy Ball. I'm assuming that's also Super Muggy Ball. Eggman, and obviously Sonic. So, yeah, it probably was a good game, but we're going to briskly move on.
Hamburger, cheeseburger, Big Mac, Whopper. Hamburger, cheeseburger, Big Mac, Whopper.
Man, these edibles ain't
Yeah, boys, it's time for Street Boys, yo!
What the fuck was that? Oh, cringe. Super cringe. Anyway, Street Boys. Just like Party Girls from the last episode, Street Boys is another 505 Game Street game. Oh my god. This looks intriguing, I must admit. Shin is a tough-looking street boy, trapped in a prison of no apparent reason with the help of his sidekick, Genji. The two street boys break through security and escape. The hunt for Hell Black Heaven's boss, Goki, is now on. Shin will take out anyone and anything his way to hunt down Goki. I'm actually intrigued, and I actually might try this. It's so ridiculous. I'm getting massive Japanese vibes from this. I'm playing it, goddamn. Well done. Briskly moving on, SXR, so some kind of snowboarding game. I'm assuming that's what it's supposed to be like, because it looks a bit interesting. Looks like it though. SXR is a pure adrenaline, extreme jumps at extreme heights game. Do stunts like the pros and race to the finish line. No guts, no glory. Do you have what it takes to be champ? Prove it or lose it, punk. Okay, so yeah, it's a snowboarding game, or snow buggy game. You're in the snow. I have no appeal for this. This feels like it's a bit of a cash-in, but if it was a good game, please tell me. I could be wrong, but I'm just going to briskly move on. Shovelware incoming, Swing Away Golf. The amount of golf games on the PS2 is criminal. It really is. I have no idea why this guy's doing some kind of, like, fighting stance, but okay. Golf with character. Play as or against 7 unique golfers with distinct personalities and dynamic skill sets that improve as you play. Okay. Yeah, it kind of looks and sounds shit. I must be honest. I don't mean to prejudge, but By the way, it was distributed by EA, not made, distributed by EA. That is a clear distinction, but okay, it probably was a fun game for kids, but I'm just going to move on again. Told you there's some show away this week. Camera. I think my camera stand is starting to fail. I've had this camera stand for a year and a half, and for what I paid for it, it's done a fantastic job. For anyone that's wondering, it's basically a bit of metal that holds the camera in place, and sometimes, you notice in the last week, the camera will just like slowly drip to like edge down. That's not intentional, that's just the camera like just giving up. This is the last of Shuffleware, and it is a Phoenix game, so Dave, do your thing.
Phoenix games, oh how they fail.
SWAT Siege. SWAT Siege takes you to the heart of action with its wide number of missions. Can you neutralize the different groups of enemies? That is all you get. Okay, I have no idea what kind of game this is. I'm assuming some kind of first-person shooter. I have no idea if it's action-based. I have no idea of anything. She tells you very little, nothing, to the point where they've left a massive bit of the back, which they could have put more text in, but they couldn't be fucking bothered. Since they couldn't be bothered, I'm not going to be bothered. Never playing that. Moving on. I left these 3 games to last because these 3 games actually look intriguing and actually probably were quite popular back in the day. The Sopranos Road to Respect. For those who don't know, Sopranos was a very, very popular drama series in America set in the mafia. Obviously, famously, the ending where it just cuts to black and that's it. I think that was Sopranos. There could be something else, but it feels like that was Sopranos. Anyway, earn your cut. Enter the dangerous world of the Sopranos through a new storyline voiced by the show's key cast members. So, new story for this whole game. This game, you know what? This game, I will play it. It sounds like a good game. It really does. And once again, the fact they didn't own it right now kind of shocks me, because Sopranos isn't a hard game to find, but once again, they didn't own it. But that's probably a game I will definitely play. Good lord. I'm getting merely tired. There's only quite a few games on the pile right now I'm going to play, so it's actually not been it's actually been a decent bundle. Penultimate game looks kind of unique also. Steel Dragon EX. I'm sorry, I'm just leaving this because it's a player here, right? It's like underneath PS Silver Joypad Award. So this won awards, so it might be a decent game. Let's have a look at the back. Obviously, for those who want it, it is a 2D vertical shooter. I am all in for that shit. The situation is critical. The Earth is under attack. Why is the Earth always under fucking attack? Look at a lot. Honestly, nearly every episode of this bundle, there's been one game where aliens invade, we must fight back. Why the fuck are we always under attack? We never make peace, do we? It's always, every time alien comes, it's like, we must fight them. I know humans are the most aggressive beast on the planet. Getting a bit meta now. But yeah. Anyway, let's get back to this. Sorry, I went a bit sidetracked. The Earth is under attack from hordes of robotic mercenaries. The last line of defense for the Earth is the Steel Dragon. A fearsome fighter plane armed to the teeth with the latest lasers, missiles and guns. You are the pilot of this ultimate weapon and you alone can save the Earth. So it's down to one person. No pressure. I will play this. I'm all about the 2D shooters and I'm all in for that one. Once again, the last 2 games I'm actually very happy to have. I will be playing them. This has been a good bundle. It really has. The S does. Anyway, moving to the last game. I left this last because from memory this was hard to find. Silent Scope 2 Fatal Judgment. Now, it's a Konami game, so it's probably made reasonably well. Twice the skill, twice the thrill. The action smash hit Silent Scope 2 Fatal Judgment comes to PS2 with twice the adrenaline pumping action of the original with all new 2-player mode. You can bring a friend along. Terrorists have stolen a poison gas missile and are about to unleash mass destruction on an unsuspecting country unless you and your partner can stop them. Take on exhilarating missions in majestic European environments ranging from downtown London to Swiss mountain ranges. With cooperative and competitive play, 2 players can take aim to see who is the best sniper. Okay, first of all, downtown London. London's a big ass city. There's no downtown London. It's like a population like 9 million. London is ridiculously huge for any non-British people. I don't like London London's too big. I've got nothing against people who live in London, but London only takes care of London. London takes so much that a country's budget is unreal. And people say, well, London produces so much of the money. Yeah, well, you're 9 million, and the rest of the country is 51 million. There's more of us than you. Oh, good Lord. It's hard to like London when you live in a part of the country where we are probably on the bottom 3 counties of finance. I think Norfolk is like with Cornwall and Devon. We're just forgotten about. No one looks at Norfolk for like investment, if you understand. It's weird because Norfolk's only like 2 hours away from London. It would be a perfect place to like invest companies. You know what I mean? Oh god, sorry, I nearly got sidetracked. Anyway, that's all the games. This was probably one of the better episodes and bundles from the actual large bundle. We've only got one left. We've only got T through Z or Z, and that'll be it. That'll be it through this large bundle. Anyway, thank you for watching, guys. Please comment, subscribe. Dave is editing this one, so I'm hoping it's gonna be better than my editing. My editing, you can tell my editing when I'm if it's music in the background, that's me. Unless I ask Dave to put some music in, so you never know. Anyway, thank you for watching, guys. Please comment, subscribe. I will see you later. Bye.